man, it's a wacky Wednesday. Welcome to it, ladies and gents. We are back on your television for another hour. This is Ekse White Show on Cape Town TV. It's the 17th of July.
And it's
my
your
birthday. Go
girl.
Snala. It's your birthday.
Hey.
Go Snala.
Hey,
It's your birthday. Oh man.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, man. It was so good to be here to entertain you for the next hour. Kamalam Stella J, better known as Upotfleke.
I am Kim Blanche and I'm here to entertain you for the whole hour. Let us know what you think and wish Sinalo a happy birthday on Twitter at Ekse_live.
And of course on Facebook at Ekse on Cape Town TV, or give us a call
on 021-448-0448.
Oh man, we have a great lineup for you coming up later on the show. But before we talk about that, I mean, like, Kim is part of the Cosmopolitan July issue. Guys, those are some great news. Well done.
Yes.
How are you feeling about that?
I am honored and blessed because, guys, if you grow up and you've been bullied for your looks for your whole life, and then all of a sudden you're in the Cosmopolitan, it's a really great feeling.
Wow.
And all women of color should be feeling this feeling because you're beautiful.
Man, that sounds amazing. Come up on the show today. We are joined by amazing 6 students all the way from Wits and of course the University of Cape Town. They've won the supercomputing competition that took place in Germany. So they're here to tell us more about their journey from Zanzi to Germany.
We are also joined by 2 lovely ladies in the Science Institute, and they are part of the Human Evolution Resource Institute. They go by the names of Dr. Robin Pickering and Noma Wetu, who is a PhD student from UCT. And then we also have a very exciting interview that Lama conducted, and we'll see that in a bit.
Definitely, man. And also talking about the passing away of Johnny Clegg. Oh my God, he is a legend. So we'll be giving you an update on his passing away later on the show. So to make sure you stick around for that. But right now, speaking of Johnny Clegg, he has a music video, Asimbonanga Umandela. It's his birthday tomorrow. Let's check this out. Oh man, what a beautiful song by Johnny Clegg, Asimbonanga. It's dedicated to the late Nelson Mandela. It's his birthday tomorrow. Tell us what you'll be doing for Mandela Day on social media at Ekse_, live on Twitter and Facebook at Ekse on Cape Town TV. It's a Wednesday. We're talking all things sci-tech news to make sure you become part of the conversation by joining us on social media. But right now, my favorite part of this show, it's time for sci-tech news with Melikai.
Ndibamvikazo zozibini kuwe birthday boy nawe Kim B. Siphekile sayibona nele veki imbiza yendaba ezingenzululwazi nobuchwephesha. Ngoku kufikelele ixesha lokuba siyiphake. Inqaku lokuqala. Umphathiswa wemfundo yesisiseko kweli loMzantsi Afrika uNkosazana Angie Motshekga wenze umbulelo ongazenzisiyo kurhulumente welizwe iUnited Arab Emirates UAE ngamafutshane ngokuwonga abafundi ngescholarships kwidyunivesithi elalizwe iKhalifa University. Ukungqinile ukuba iUAE lelinye lamazwe anqenqeza phambili kwihlabathi jikelele ekuloleni nokuxhonxa abantu kwizifundo zenzululwazi nobuchwephesha. Umphathiswa ukuthethe oku kwiofisi yakhe ngexesha ebambe indibano kunye nonozakuzaku welizwe iUnited Arab Emirates kweli uMahash Saeed Al Mahili. Kwindibano yabo bathe babethelela izibhambathiso zokuqinisa ubudlelwane phakathi kwalamazwe mabini kunye nensebenziswano kwimfundo esisiseko. uAl Mahili uthe wenza ingcaciso ngenkqubo yezemfundo kwilizwe UAE ethi ilandelo waza wenza neengcebiso zenkqubo zemfundo esisiseko ekunothi lamazwe mabini azenze ukuphuhlisa umgangatho wemfundo yelizwe loMzantsi Afrika. Lonozakuzaku kwathe uchulumancile ngobudlelwane lamazwe mabini anabo kwaye kungumnqweno wakhe ukuba babelane ngobuchule nangezakhono abemi balamazwe abanazo. Uthe waqinisekisa ukubaluleka kokutyikitya iMemorandum of Understanding enxulumene nemfundo ephakamileyo kuvelisa amathuba nokukhuthaza oorhulumente balamazwe baseke izicwangciso zokuqhubeka phambili ukuphuhlisa imfundo yabantu abasha. Inqaku lesibini, usomashishini kwezobuchwepheshe uTsidi Murabi uthe wavelisa i-app ethi incede abazali bakwazi ukulandela abantwana babo kwixesha elimiyo ngethuba bekwizithuthi ukuya nokubuya esikolweni. Le app ithi thumele umyalezo i-SMS ngelwasemzini ngamaxa onke ohambo. Umurabi waphenjelelwa kwenzeni le app ebizwa iLockTransi emveni kokuba wanyanzeleke ebalekele esikolweni somntana wakhe apho umqhubi wayehambisa umntwana lo wakhe ukuya esikolweni angazange aphendule umnxeba ngexesha emtsalela ukuqinisekisa ubusefu bomntwana. Lo kaMurabi uthi imihla nezolo abantwana bahamba ngezithuthi ezithutha abantwana besikolo, yena wayethi asokole ukufumana elona shishini elilungileyo nalethi isokole imazise ngohambo lomntwana wakhe. Le app ikwavumela abaphathi bakwazi ukukhulula kunye nongenisa abantwana esikolweni. Inqaku lesithathu nelilogqibela namhlanje, abaphandi abaphuma kwihlabathi jikelele bavavanye indlela entsha yokunceda iintsana ezingondlekanga ihlabathi elijongene nayo. Eliqela labaphandi belikhokhelwe nguJeffrey Gordon ophuma eWashington University School of Medicine, kwaye beliquka abaphandi abaphuma kumazwe asixhenxe, ilizwe loMzantsi Afrika, United States, Bangladesh, Russia, Peru kunye nelizwe lase-Saudi Arabia. Izifundo zibonisa ukuba amazwe afana neBangladesh agqwesile ekubeni abe nengxaki yabantwana abathi bakhule bengondlekanga, nto leyo echaphazela kabukhali indlela abantwana abathi bakhule ngayo. Aba baphandi bathe baveza indlela elungileyo yokutya emayilandelwe ukuqinisekisa ukuba abantwana bakhula bedlamkile, beqinisekisa ukuba abantwana banikwa iimveliso zokutya ezine-chickpeas, ibhanana kunye netilapia phakathi. Bathe bafumanisa ukuba abantwana abathi bajongane nale ngxaki ngabo bahlala kwiindawo zabantu abangathathi ntweni, njengoko besokola ukumelana namaxabiso emveliso zokutya kusempilweni. Kukangako besinako kule veki de kube lithuba elizayo. Birthday boy nawe Kim, kwenzekani kwizitulo ezityheli?
Thank you so much, Melikaya, for the SciTech News. On Wednesdays, we do SciTech News, and it's so informative. We love it. We are also joined by 4 UCT students who won a global competition in Germany for supercomputing. Let us hear what they have to say about it. Welcome, guys.
Hi, you guys, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's an honor having you. And you know what, it's always an honor for me to sit down with young people who are doing great things when it comes to science and technology.
Yeah.
Some of us just chose to do TV, guys, but it's fine. Let's talk about how did you guys hear about the competition and how were you guys selected?
So we heard about the competition because I've had friends who did it a few years ago. And so I heard about it from them, and then I roped this group in by promising them free food and a flight to Durban for the training round. And they joined me, and they turned out to be a very good team, which was helpful. So for the selection process, we go through a training round, and then if you get selected from there, you go through to a competition round, in an actual competition round, where you start doing practical supercomputing. And then the winning team of that and some other students selected from promising students from the competition get put together into the team that goes to Germany. And so we're the 4 UCT students, and there's 2 students from WITS, who aren't able to be here because of Cape Town.
Let's take it back to supercomputing. For someone like me who's doing TV, who knows nothing about technology and science, what is supercomputing?
So supercomputing is you take certain problems which can't be solved on a single computer because there aren't enough resources, not enough processing power, not enough memory to store it on one computer. And you can spread it out amongst more cheaper computers. And you can get much better performance and solve much larger problems than can be solved on a single computer.
Yeah, my computer is a problem. I'm going to bring to you guys.
So I know you said that in the competition there are 4 days that you are really working towards. Can you take us through what those 4 days look like?
Yeah, sure. So we start by arriving with the cluster shipped to the venue of the conference, and we begin compiling it together and making it work, so it's all working correctly. And then once it's working completely fine, then we start busy running the applications to get an idea if they're going to run fine on the power there. Then with the competition side, it runs over 3 days, but the first day we have to put the computer together. And each day we are given a flash drive which has a benchmark or a application that we have to run. And that application will run across our cluster computer, and we want to try and optimize it to run as fast or get the best score on it as possible. But where it becomes interesting is we have to keep everything under a certain power limit of 3,000 watts. So we're trying to get the best efficiency on this problem.
Wow.
That sounds good.
It's really like I might be dense, but that sounds very, very complicated. And I'm sure that the support from your teammates are really, really
Yes,
important.
it's key.
Can you talk to me about what teamwork really means in this sense? Could it be something that you do alone, or is teamwork really important?
Teamwork is vitally important, I think.
Yeah.
We worked together a lot. We had a whole 6 months of preparation for this, and that took a lot of dedication. And having a team that we all got along together, and that made things really, really good, because then we didn't get bored and we had lots of fun with it, and that was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about the people that have supervised you guys. You've been supervised by David and Matthew all the way from the Center of High Performance Computing. How is that opportunity like to be supervised by people who are very huge when it comes to computing?
Yeah, so being supervised by David and Matt was excellent because David's a genius.
Yeah.
And they basically organized everything from the previous competitions leading up to this international competitions. They brought us through training and sort of stuff like that. They organized the sponsors and like all the trips, the flights, the food, everything.
Wow.
It's all given to us.
South Africa has won the competition several times. When you guys were entering the competition, did you have the pressure not to be the ones that come back without the title? Was there pressure, and how did you deal with the pressure?
There was quite a bit of pressure to do well. South Africa does very well in competition. We've won half of all the competitions.
Well done.
Yeah.
So fortunately for us, we're well supported. So there was a lot of help in getting us to this point, but there was a lot of pressure, especially because we're all first timers.
Yeah. How did you guys deal with the pressure, especially when you're a first timer going to this competition?
I mean, we just try and keep everything lighthearted because we enjoy what we're doing. We don't say it's this or we die. It's just doing what we enjoy and trying to do it our best.
Amazing.
And what are some of the challenges during the competition? Or what is the biggest challenge?
So the challenge leading up to the competition that I found the greatest was coming from a place where we didn't know too much about supercomputers, and then we have about a year because they choose a new team every single year, and then then just learning all about supercomputers just before this international competition.
Okay.
So I would assume you guys at UCT, you're studying something that has to do with computers. I want to talk to the lady. We just mentioned at the beginning of the show, there's only like 39% of women who are into technology and science. As a woman who's currently starting towards this career, what is your take on that? Do you feel like as a country we're doing enough to put more girls, to encourage more girls to be part of science and technology?
Yes, definitely. Especially with this competition, there's a rule that you have to have at least one female in your team. So they're encouraging women to get more into the field a lot.
I think this rule needs to be changed. I think the rule should be at least half of the team should be women.
Yeah.
To be honest. And also, what have you learned throughout the competition that you were like, wow, I didn't know this about myself, or I didn't know this about the team?
Well, in university, we don't really have much of an introduction to supercomputing.
Yeah.
So this has definitely taught us a lot, and it's definitely opened our eyes to what the industry is and given us an interest in pursuing it in the future.
So you guys are definitely going into supercomputing.
It's quite likely.
And what is the winning formula? Why do you think we come back and we take home the trophy every single time?
So the winning formula in my perspective, or I think our whole team, we all agree, it was dedication. You know, we dedicate a lot of our time and put a lot of effort into this, spending 6 months prepping for this, and that took a lot of time. And then additionally having great mentors like the guys from the CHPC, and having great sponsors. They organized us these fantastic sponsors that got us the hardware that managed to enable us to do this. And that was great.
So you guys have won. We'd love to know, what did you guys win?
We won an
What was the
experience. In my perspective, it was a very great experience. We got so much exposure to the industry, and we learned so much along the way. You know, that's what was really fantastic for me.
Yeah, so I get asked this question a lot. Like what are they doing? Because they expect us to get some money or something.
Some millions, maybe.
Yeah, unfortunately not. But we do get to put something really cool on our CV, which honestly would probably help further in the long run.
Yeah. It's not every day where we hear about competitions that are about science and technology, to be honest.
Yeah.
What do these competition mean to upcoming technologists or scientists like you guys?
So this competition is well run for people who want to get into it. So part of the competition is they train a new team every year to try and teach as many people these skills as possible. They have 80 students every single year who go through the training round, and then 40 who go into the competition round. So I think that if you are looking to get into this, this is a good place to start, and certainly this is sort of the CSIR doing good stuff for technology in the country.
Yeah.
And does the competition have different themes? Was there a specific focus this year?
The main theme stays the same, which is the efficiency within your power budget. But every year there's a new list of applications and benchmarks that you need to test. So you get given those beforehand and you can practice trying to optimize them before the competition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Since you guys are a team of 6, is there a specific role that each individual had to play? Or were you guys focusing on the same task at the same time?
Yes, so as I said, we got the list of applications beforehand. So we each got delegated one that we needed to work on and try and optimize. But we all pitched in and helped each other if we got stuck as well.
Which one was yours?
Open Forum and Pennant.
Open? What
Open
is it
Forum.
about?
Open Forum is fluid simulations, and Pennant, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah. And what was your task?
So mine was, it was called CP2K, and it's a quantum material simulator. So basically it simulates very small particles that
Yeah.
make up a material
Yeah.
in like a specific environment.
I was running a thing called Swift, which is a space simulator for galaxies and stars and nebulae and
Wow.
simulating those. We should also point out that her benchmarks were the highest scoring ones in the competition.
Yay!
I love a leading
I
lady.
love it. Definitely. And
And I did the HPCG benchmark, which is just a benchmark that you use to get a realistic idea of how well your or how fast your cluster is. And additionally, I was being a sysadmin, which is a person who just sort of monitors the system and manages it to maintain it under that 3,000 watts power limit, so we don't go over.
yeah.
Thank you so much for coming, guys. It was really, really a privilege to have you. And I feel like I need to read a book or something
About
to
science.
to understand the terminology used, because it's quite intricate, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
To be honest, currently I have a problem with my laptop, so I always go on YouTube to try fix it before taking it to the mechanic. So I think you guys should do something, a YouTube channel, and help us fix our laptops. I'll bring my laptop.
Supercomputing for dummies.
That would be great. Guys, thank you so much. It was an honor having you on the show, and good luck with your career, and we are so proud about you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for tuning in and joining the 4 lovely students in the supercomputing field. We're now linking to Professor Shadreck, interviewed by Lama.
How we do? Good afternoon to you and yours. It is SciTech Wednesday, and you know how you enjoy these sessions when they are brought to you by everybody right here on Ekse. I'll be your host, Lama. I'm at the Faculty of Archaeology and Zotibanano Professor. He'll be taking me to his office and he'll be telling me about his studies there, archaeology. It's in a Stone Age research, so he's going to be telling us about his findings and how excited he is to go to the University of Oxford to further his studies and representing the continent of Africa. But sitesingena hapa sabesi welcomed by these beautiful stones. I don't know how old they are and where they come from. Professor, welcome to Ekse, and thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you, and thanks, Osmo.
What's happening here? This is such a beautiful display.
Yeah, this is a display of stone tools. So when human beings emerged, the first material which they used to produce tools was stone. So the biggest are the oldest. Then with the time, as the brain developed, human beings started to make smaller tools. So can you imagine then having dinner, chopping using these big things? That's what they were used for.
I think it's time for us to go to your office, and then you tell me more about your award and going to Oxford. So follow us. We're going to Professor's office and we're going to dig more about his findings and the award and what they mean to him and the continent of Africa. Keep it locked right here on Ekse Live. My first question would be for you. What made you fall in love with archaeology?
Just an accident, really. I never thought that I would make a career out of digging the things that people that lived a long time ago threw away.
Yes.
But with the age, I then realized that actually those things are an important part of our history. They tell us about our technology, our science, and they tell us how developed we were as Africa.
You recently won a Global Professorship. What does that mean to you, and congratulations for that?
Thank you. The British Academy Global Professorship is an award which is given by this organization based in the United Kingdom called the British Academy. So what they do is that they promote the study of social sciences and humanities across the world, but from the United Kingdom. So they sponsored a competition where they were looking for people who were doing what they thought was exciting research in the humanities and social sciences from across the globe.
Would you say that Africa has enough archaeologists?
No. Africa does not have enough archaeologists. It has some archaeologists, and I will explain why. So if we were to take one or two steps back to think about the beginning of archaeology and who the first archaeologists were, most of them, they are coming from Europe, they are coming from the United States. And also there is a perception that, particularly amongst Africans or some Africans, that archaeology heritage does not pay. So, because like I said, I started by saying that, I never thought that I would have a career digging the things that people threw away. So, in a way, having a career in rubbish, if you would want to look at it in that way. So most people don't realize that, this is actually one of the most important subjects. If you think about China, when they develop, they look into their traditions. They look into their past. So in South Africa, for example, because of the history of apartheid, there are not many black South African archaeologists. So that is something that needs to change.
And Professor Shadreck, all the way from UCT, we're talking all things science and technology. And I must say, it's so good to see women being part of the science.
We want that 39% of women who are actually involved in the science career path to be at least the 50%.
50%.
Because we're dominating every other industry.
I mean, as Beyonce always say, who run the world?
Girls!
Yeah, take a quick breather. We'll be right back with more.
TV, we go by the name of Ekse Live. You can follow us on Twitter, it's Ekse_Live. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. Anything that is interesting, according to you, can call us on 021-448-0448, and we will give you more information. Well, Professor Shadreck Sekwi Materials Lab, and we found Eric busy working there. Before we interrupt him, I want to find out what is happening at the Materials Lab. What is this all about?
So what we do in the materials lab is, you once asked me that what does it mean when you say that you use the techniques from the hard sciences to study past technologies. So this is the space where we prepare samples. So here Eric is busy with these iron ores. So they were used around the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries. So they were used to cultivate, they were used for farming. So you can imagine that the rain comes and people want to prepare their fields. So these are the tools which they were using. But what is important for us then is that how was this iron mad.
Made.
And is it good iron? Or is it bad iron? What are some of the characteristics that are in there? So what then happens is, as Eric has done here, we cut a small sample and then we put it in resin. Then such as this. So we cut a small piece, such as this one. Then we put it in resin. So the resin will make it dry and hard.
Yeah.
Then we polish it here, like what Eric was doing. So with this very shiny surface, you see, it's like a mirror. You can see yourself.
Yeah. Eric, are you at liberty of telling us what kind of iron you found so far?
All this stuff came from different sites.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They came from different sites. As you can see, there are a lot of their names written in each and every sample. And over here, I've got some of the sample which came from one site. This site is located up north in the Limpopo province.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff that are in here or has been encapsulated slags.
Okay, then I'm gonna invite some of my friends to see you work closer. So come along.
Welcome back to Ekse, the biggest, the baddest,
and
the
the
most
most
hip and happening
show
in Mzansi. Thank you so much, Lama, for that interview with the beautiful Professor Shadreck.
Yeah.
Now, Professor Shadreck actually won a global professorship. Is that a word?
Yeah, professorship.
From the British Academy.
That's great. It's good to see African people doing great things and impacting our lives, especially when it comes to the world of science. And speaking of science, we're joined by two amazing, phenomenal women all the way from the University of Cape Town. We've got Dr. Pickering alongside with a PhD student, Unoma Wetu. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having us.
It's an honor having you in the show. So very excited about you guys. We're like, yeah. We have two incredible women on the show. Let's talk about the Human Evolution Research Institute, which is part of UCT. When was it founded?
So our Human Evolution Research Institute, which we call HERI for short, was started by the really amazing Professor Becky Ackerman at UCT in 2015. And she wanted to kind of bring a central focus, a kind of center of mass to UCT for human evolution. There were quite a few people doing things, but to bring everyone together in one place and to form an institute.
Wow.
And what were some of the barriers to entry to create an institute like this?
Yeah, I guess the kind of barriers, but particularly our students face, is that while there's some funding support for people to come to university, it's still expensive. The full cost of attendance is a lot of money, and living in Cape Town is expensive, and that's still an issue that faces many of our students.
Amazing. You brought alongside Unoma Wetu, who's the PhD student at the University of Cape Town. Tell us, what are you studying?
I am studying the actual fossil bones, fossil remains of our cousin, of our ancestors.
Yeah.
So I'm in the lab looking at bones every single day, literally analyzing for variation and differences that we can find in the fossil hominin record.
Wow, you're doing your PhD and you are the only Black South African woman who's currently focusing on that, if I'm correct.
That is correct.
Yeah. Why this
Amazing.
career path?
Why this career path? I've always been interested in history. I've always loved our past. And in order to generate my love for biochemistry and, our history, I combined both archaeology and biochemistry together to focus on studying the differences in fossil remains as we are today.
And how did you become part of the institution? What support have you received?
I became part of HERI through UCT in itself, and since my supervisor is Professor Ackerman, she was the one who inspired me to get into human evolution and actually pursue this career path. So coming into HERI was actually so awesome, and I had funding from NRF, from PAST, Center of Excellence, and the university itself. HERI has been a huge community, a huge help. The girls, everyone who's part of HERI, have really just helped me out as well as my supervisor, my co-supervisors. It's been a great experience.
Yeah, I like when you say the girls have been very helpful. It's good to see women coming together and supporting each other. Let's talk about paleoanthropology in South Africa. It's mostly dominated by white men who are not even South African. Why is that happening?
Yeah, so This is a question which there's no kind of straightforward answer to, and it's basically looking, science, as you were saying earlier, only 39% of scientists in South Africa are women, so that kind of explains why the field is dominated by men. And it's also just that question of the history of South Africa, which we're all familiar with, and kind of access to education and access to these kind of positions of controlling the kind of research space.
Yeah.
So in human evolution, particularly in South Africa, the famous paleoanthropologist, the kind of face of the discipline, has always historically been white men. And with the exception of Professor Philip Tobias from Wits, they've all been foreign white men as well.
Yeah.
So this is something which at UCT with Harry, we're really passionate and excited about changing, literally changing the face.
Yeah. How are you guys going about changing that? I mean, like you're situated in one of the leading universities in Africa. How are you guys go about changing that that thing of white men dominating, not even South African? How are you guys going about changing?
Yeah, so we have a number of different strategies. Our institute has just been awarded a big grant by the university as part of their Advancing Women campaign. And so with this, we have funding for black women to come to UCT and to study for their PhDs. And we also have a program where we're working with the undergraduate women to give them just a kind of more positive experience of this research to hopefully keep them and train them up to be the next generation.
So I know you said that there's support for PhD students and undergrads. And what about kids in high school? How could they get involved, and how do they ensure that they have a place in the institution?
So this is something we're also very aware of. This is our real future students are at high school now. So UCT has a number of initiatives. There's Open Day, there's Science Week, and as our institute, we're also working with the Ezekiel Museum for a new exhibit on human evolution, which is specially aimed at high school students, because the next great paleoanthropologist is probably sitting in high school right now
and watching
this fantastic program.
Definitely. You've joined the institute, and your career path is, you're one of the few young black South Africans that are taking this career path. What are some of the changes would you like to see happening, benefiting young people?
Firstly, I would like to say that we've come so far in trying to address these issues, and I'd like to commend Harry and UCT for addressing the inclusion, diversity, and transformation. But what I really want to, also the immediate issues that need to be addressed is racism in the discipline, decolonizing the sciences, sexual harassment in the field, and the list goes on and on and on. So we have a lot of work to do. But these are some of the things that have, come through, and been strategized, been talking about it, and we are taking into action.
Yeah. You are still I assume that you're so busy with your research. You're probably going to conclude sooner or later. Let's talk about some of the interesting things that you've learned so far, and some of the interesting findings that you've found so far in the journey of your research.
Where to start? Tell us what your focus is. What's your focus in your current
My focus right now is, again, differences in fossils.
Yeah, in fossils.
So I use something called proteomics, which is biotechnology, and I infuse it with archaeology, so we can find different dietary aspects of the different fossils and where they lived. Seeing as they were all across Africa, so we really want to focus and zoom in on the diets of different species that were around in Africa millions of years ago.
Wow, I love education. Which year of PhD are you in?
This is my second year. Next
Wow,
year's my
that means you're almost there. And Doctor, what would you say to young girls who would love to be part of the science world? What is it that keeps girls from being scientists? What would you say are the main issues that we're facing in the country? Because obviously there's something good we're doing when it comes to men, because there's so many boys being scientists. What is it about young girls not going into this field?
Yeah, this is a very good question, and I think girls can do anything, as you said. Girls can rule the world, and most little girls are very interested in the natural sciences and believe they can do anything. And it's often people's experiences through high school that they kind of begin to change their mind about what girls can do.
Yeah.
So my message to the girls would be like, you can do anything, and you work hard at school, do the best that you can, and come and join us, come and study the sciences at UCT. We're waiting.
Yeah, they're waiting for you.
And Noma Wetu, Who has been your inspiration? Like, why did you decide that this is what you want to do?
My supervisor, she was the one who inspired me to do human evolution. I really admired how she would teach about our ancestors with such grace, such poise, and was just delivering it with ease. And I really wanted to know about our past even more and more. I was so intrigued. So I would say Professor Ackerman is a really great inspiration in getting me into this field.
You are an inspiration right now to the young girl watching the show. What would you say to the young black girl living in a disadvantaged area, wanting to become a scientist? What would you say to that girl?
As Robin said, you can do whatever you can if you set your mind to it. You don't actually need to be in the sciences. You can be in the humanities, and you can combine it with archaeology. So that one thing needs to, go away. And the fact that you don't need A's and B's, you can still do it if you want a career in sciences and in archaeology.
Yeah. Quickly, do you guys have any exhibitions that you guys are currently running for high schools, and which high schools are you working with, if you do?
Yeah, at the moment we've just kind of relaunched our institute and are busy kind of putting things together. But there is Science Week coming up at UCT, which engages a lot with high
When is that happening?
In August.
In August.
Wow, Women's Month. Guys, thank you so much. It was an honor having you on the show. Keep doing the great work that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a young girl around Cape Town, around South Africa, and you are into the world of science, Science Week is coming up soon at the University of Cape Town. And hopefully, we're going to give you more details as the show goes by closer to the date. But right now, we're going to take a quick breather. More to come right here on the show. Awesome.
Folks, I want to wish you a happy birthday, happy born day, and have a fantastic time. Don't do things that I wouldn't do. Stay the amazing person you are, the funny, professional, good looking, and alles. All the best. Have a good day.
Happy birthday, Snalo. I hope you have a wonderful day. Love you.
Happy birthday, Snalo. I want to wish you many more years to come, and I hope you enjoy the cake, the chocolate cake, and the lemon cake. Yes, enjoy the rest of your day. Wow, bye.
Hello, darlings. This is the one and only Weird World Darlings. Listen, I'd like to wish our beautiful, talented, smart, and very sexy Snalo Jonas a happy birthday. Listen, Snalo, I'm wishing you nothing but the best of the best for this upcoming year. And I hope that everything that you prayed and hoped for will come into life. And so high, fly high and reach for the stars. I love you so, so much. And happy birthday. Mwah.
Come, you guys!
Hey, happy birthday, Sinalo. It's Mial, yo, Pial, yo, Chomi, yo, Bra. Wanna wish you a happy birthday. May God bless you on this beautiful journey that you're on. Wishing you all the love, all the joy, and all the peace, and many, many, many more years. Lots of love, lots of hugs from Mel. Yay.
Everybody is sending out love, and remember, if you didn't get a chance to send us through those videos, we gave you an opportunity to do so on Facebook, which is Ekse on Cape Town TV, using the hashtag HBD Sinalo Jonas. And these are some of the messages that were sent through for Usinalo. This one comes from Uzintle Ratsibe, who says, hope you're having the happiest birthday, Sinalo. Hashtag HBD. Zianda Luminati Peter says, happy birthday, SJ. Enjoy your day. Lutando Ashley Kula says, happy birthday, Sinalo. Happy birthday, Sinalo, from Tobeko Zulu. Anissa Dante, happy birthday, SJ Butfliki. Q Filtane, who is a former Ekse presenter, says, to the flickiest of them all, have a beautiful and blessed day. I hope all your goals and wishes actualize, and I trust that the universe listens. Stay grinding and doing what you love, and I can't wait to see you at the BET Awards. Aibo, but not date BET Awards, and I was not told. Okay, here are some more. Lucia Brood, our makeup artist, says, go Shati. It's a birthday. We're gonna pour some luck. It's your birthday. And Melika Yamzima, the SciTech News person, has hashtag HBD mini emnandi kuwe obutfliki akule ungakhokhobi. You can send those through. We are viewing your messages to Ekse on Cape Town TV. We still in the office. You can call 021-448-0448. And if we are not answering the phone, you must know that we are having a party. On the other couches, I'm not the only one who's here to wish Sinalo Butfliki a happy birthday. Lonely Zulu is here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Butfliki. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, babe. Thank you so much.
How old are you?
This is my third 21st birthday.
Yes.
Yes.
This is your third what?
21st birthday.
Obviously, you don't grow old.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You just grow fashionable.
Definitely. Guys, thank you so much. This means a lot.
Oh yeah, it does. How does it feel to be a year older?
I want to be a year younger. I feel like I'm closer to, I don't know. But yeah, I feel so good, especially celebrating my birthday on the show. Feels a lot of fun and the flowers look amazing. I am like 24 years old of age and hopefully I'll be 48.
Doing the most.
You literally are doing the most.
Someone's like, no, you're lying.
You
You're
look
30.
so young. You look like you're 20. 21
No, I'm
at
24.
most.
I'm 24.
Okay, you look good.
This makes me feel So we want to find out, what are your plans for the year?
My plans for the year is, of course, pass my masters and do my second year of masters, and yeah, probably get more jobs and love people, do more for people, and I'm thinking of giving back to my community. So I'm probably gonna try start a program that is going to give back to young boys, because there's so many programs that give back to young girls. I want to give back to young boys who look up to me when I walk in the street. They say, we watch you on TV. I want those boys to be more inspired by me.
And it's such a coincidence that your birthday is the day before
For
Mandela
Mandela
Day.
Day.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
We're so proud of you as the Cape Town TV family, although I've just joined, but I am indeed proud of you, and I aspire to be like you aspire to be.
Thank you so much, guys.
amazing.
You guys inspire me, actually. I also inspired by you.
No, you inspire
When I don't want to come to work and I'm like, you have to go because I want to see Ulama Lemon with the smile and the attitude.
So what are the plans for the day?
What are you doing? Eh? Tell us every plan.
The day I'm gonna go home and sleep, guys. That's how boring I am.
He's lying.
No, I'm kidding.
He's
Actually,
lying on screen.
I'm gonna go home and sleep, and the weekend, it's when the party is happening.
Ooh la la! One of our producers is in the building, Baba Kuma. Please join us. She's got a couple of words to say to you.
Give it up for Babalo, guys.
Why are you so shy?
Thank you so much for coming.
Anyway, Butfliki, I just want to say happy birthday. May God continue blessing you abundantly. Stay the sweetest person that you are. Continue doing the hard work that you're doing. But anyway, all the best, Butfliki.
Thank you so
Stay
much. Thank you. I feel like it's so good, man, to work with producers that are like your friends. In some media productions, you can't even like take selfies and stuff with producers because they are up there. Here, it's so good to work with producers that
Especially
are
me,
human.
Yicho.
She always says, especially her, guys. It's always good to work with amazing producers that are with us, that take us through the show, and they always make sure they give us full support.
Can I say that this is my third episode and you've been alongside with me from day one, and you've always helped me. I could always come to you and ask you like, I'm freaking out, I need your help, so thank you. You're a great person. Also, you don't have to be nice to me, but you're nice.
Thank you so much,
Like,
man.
that means so much to me.
Don't get me crying. I need a tissue, guys. They're ruining my makeup.
Lessons learned that you are going to take to the next phase of your life.
Lessons learned, make mistakes
Right.
and learn from them. Everyone makes mistakes. Do not beat yourself up for making mistakes. That is a lesson learned. So don't ignore your mistakes, look backwards, learn, and then move forward. That's definitely what I'm going to do. Past 24 years, I'll look backwards and I'm like, okay, there's another 24 years coming. Let's live.
And what would you say to your younger self?
My younger self will
Let's
be
say 18-year-old Sinalo.
18-year-old Sinalo, you're doing your matric right now and you want to achieve your dreams. Actually decide what you want to do right now, actually, because you're 18 years old. Because for me, it took me 2 years after matric to decide that I want to do TV and radio. So you have to decide at a very young age what you want to do. I mean, like at the age of 10, decide what you want to do, and then from there, stick to that and hold it. Because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm holding this TV career forward.
You spoke earlier when we were having a conversation, you spoke about how much you're an intellectual. Most people know you for TV and Butufligi. But this Butufligi is doing his master's.
Yes.
Shout out to that. He's getting his education on. How has that influenced you as the 24-year-old that you are now?
As a 24-year, because I come from a family that is much educated, so you have to get educated. Just have to get that degree and diploma and then do whatever you want to do. But I noticed when I was in actually in varsity that there's so much few young people at my hood that actually get into varsity. So I wanted to be that young person that gets as far as getting his PhD, because I have a dream of getting a PhD and being called Dr. Sinalo Jonas. And I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
So I think doing my master's was like, when I got accepted for master, I was like, wow, I'm actually 2 steps closer to doing my PhD.
Yes.
I can do this. I can do this. And so I want to be an advocate for education. I want to be an advocate for languages. Hence, I'm doing my master's in linguistics.
Right.
And I want to go into TV and inspire young people and be like, I'm a TV presenter and
But
I'm
also,
a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did that.
Babes? Do you have a question for me, babes?
Do you have a question for him?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions for you, Snalo. But like I said, I love the good work that you are doing, Snalo. So moving on, you said you are planning to open a foundation maybe to empower young boys growing up. What is that you want to inspire the young men?
For me,
Before you answer that, please pass me those goodies.
Oh my God.
You want to have a snap or two?
Guys, I hate being interviewed because I'm used to interviewing people. I'm not used to being
Carry
the one
on.
that's being... I think for me, growing up in the township of Inyanga East, which is considered to be the most dangerous place to ever go to in the world. Grew up in that place, having few role models to look up to, because the cool guys in my hood are the guys that drive the BMWs, they probably rob the banks. So those are the guys that we looked up to as children. So for me, I wanted to be that guy that young boys can look up to and say, I want to be that guy. So I think opening that foundation will give back to those kids and say, look, if I did it from the dusty streets of Nyanga East at Terminus Road, trust me, you can do it as well.
Congratulations, and may you enjoy many more birthdays.
Are you enjoying the cake?
This is not a cake.
Those smaller things that you're having.
Yeah. Guys,
I want to ask you a question. Where did you get this from? They look amazing and they smell.
God sent them to us. From the heavens.
send those birthday wishes to Snalo. It's Ekse_live. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. That number 2021 4480448. We are commemorating the life of the great Nelson Mandela. Tomorrow we're dedicating the episode to him, so make sure that you do watch the hashtag Talk Thursday tomorrow. And then on Friday, it's the sit down. Buya is not going to be here. I'm holding the fort for her. Darlings, we're talking exploitations, they're freelancers in the media industry, so you do not want to miss that. But now,
that's the tip. Wait, you did that while eating. Can we can we take 5 minutes? Just please.
So just explain on your DSTV while I'm still eating. You can catch us tomorrow morning between 7 and 8, or otherwise you go to YouTube. It's Ekse on Cape Town TV. Right now, it's time for us to party because it's a birthday!
Happy birthday!
DJ Kipling, that hit the beat!
Susulisa, Telumongo, 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 Susulisa, Telumongo, Susulisa, Telumongo, Susulisa, Telumongo, Susulisa, Zelumongo, Susulisa, Zelumongo, Susulisa, Zelumongo, 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 Zelumongo.
Jalo jive, ujive uba weekend. Dangwen basela.
Sunbaba. Susulisa, Zelumongo, Susulisa, Zelumongo, Susulisa, Zelumongo, Susulisa, Zelumongo, 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 Susulisa, Zelumongo, Zelumongo.